monster.
Couple of old warriors there. I shouldn't say old, with Mike Durbin sitting next to me. Dale Eagle and Gary Dickinson. They bowled each other a few times in match play through the years.
Well, they are both 40 years old or better. You know, Eagles at that magic 4-0 number, and Dickinson's 43. They bowled each other. I bowled both these guys a number of times.
And both of these guys can strike under the pressure. Opening shot.
Eagle on lane 27.
Last night, position round game. Jim Stefanich was in the number 5 spot at that point. Dale Eagle trailed him by 23 pins and had to beat him to win the match. Struck out in the 9th and the 10th to close the door on Jim Stefanich.
And the interesting part about that was that Stefanich had started the game with 4 in a row. Eagle was behind the whole game until the final ball.
6'4" Gary Dickinson stretches out with his first offering, and they were all tied after the opening frame.
Both players playing right around the 8th or 9th forward, Denny. And it appears, just sitting back and watching the players practice on 27 and 8 here, that 28 wants to finish a little bit more, and 27 just seems to hold a little bit more. In other words, it just doesn't quite drive as much on 27 as it will on 28, although the players are playing them both very similar.
Gary Dickinson out of Burleson, Texas, would like to take a 10-pin lead. Just sort of shredded the rack that time. 5-pin just took off, went dead left, and the 7 had no chance.
And we get a chance to look at it here. Watch the 5-pin. The ball nicks the 5, sends it over against the wall. It goes up against the kick side and knocks it down.
That's the pro pin action.
Right, that's the pro pin action. Eagle, who's been striking for half an hour in practice, and see if he can continue it. And he didn't get the message across to knock it down. The messenger came across there, but it fell a little short.
Dale Eagle, now 40 years old, as Mike mentioned, has been a member of the PBA 22 years. So he joined when he was only 18. He's been very successful.
Cross lane at the 10-pin. And no problem.
In that 22 years, Dale Eagle, with earnings in excess of $280,000, a 2-time PBA champion, but needs a victory here tonight to become eligible once again for the Firestone Tournament of Champions.
The reason for that is that there's so many new champions winning that they take precedence. When you win a title in an individual year, you take precedence over someone who has won 2. Right back in there.
Rock solid shot that time for Dale Eagle, who averaged 215.5 for 42 games this past week. On the year, averaging just a fraction better than 203, so he has had a few problems through the winter tour.
Yeah, 203 for a bowler of Dale's caliber is not up to his standards, that's for sure. Dickinson working on 2 in a row, trying to stretch it out to 3, leads by 10.
I chatted with Gary right before the match, and he said, boy, Dale Eagle is about as tough as they come in match play.
So is this guy, though.
Through the years, credited as one of the guys on the tour that's just outstanding in the clutch.
Watch how just smooth he is. 5-step player, and he just glides to the line. He appeared to stick a little bit here, but it was after he let it go. He did stick just a little bit, a little hop there.
8 PBA titles to his credit, but it has been a while since he's won. 1983 BPAA U.S. Open, and anytime a player of his caliber goes 3 years without a victory, that's much too long a drought.
Oh, did that ball hold?
Held up, and another strike. Perfect through 4 frames. Gary Dickinson has the hot hand early here at Leilani Lanes.
The upset of the week is brought to you by Pepto-Bismol for most common stomach.
Mike.
1/3 of the way there.
Dale Glenn looking for a double on the right-hand lane, lane 28.
And we might mention that in last night's position round, Dale was staring at a 4-bagger and was behind by 30 and came back to win. Just like that.
He is cool as a cucumber under the pressure. And he just bowled tremendously last night. As we mentioned, beat Jim Stefanich in that position round game to make the show.
Watch his swing. He has a bit of an unusual swing here as it comes back and seems to bounce out to the right a little bit there. But he comes through right here, trusts that swing out to the right, and the ball, well, you can't throw it any better than he threw that one.
And probably, Mike, not a harder worker on the tour on his game. He bowls 100 or more practice games every week.
He does sit-ups. He does things to keep himself physically in shape. He works hard to try and be a good pro out here. One more, a little soft. Just a little soft going through that, and the ball just snapped right through there.
Seemed to set it a little bit short, too, maybe, Mike. Didn't get that one out of the lane like he has.